What is going on, my Houston Texans family? Is General Manager Nick Caserio trying to add more offensive firepower? I bring that to you because there is a rumor that is circulating regarding the Houston Texans and free agent running back J.K. Dobbins. Now, this tweet is from Slick Rick, the account on X, Slick Rick Scoops. Now, no one knows who the hell this gentleman is. Coach, player, scout, no idea. 31,000 followers, but there have been many instances where Slick Rick puts out a tweet and that tweet ends up, being true. So his tweet today regarding the Texans. The Texans have inquired about free agent running back J.K. Dobbins. There's still distance between the two sides on the money, but something to monitor. Now, what that tells me right there is not only do the Houston Texans have interest, but J.K. Dobbins and his team does as well. You're not arguing about money if you have no interest. And I have no issue with J.K. Dobbins trying to get his bread. If you remember, he's been through a rough couple of years, guys. The injury history is long. He took a chance on himself, signed a prove-it deal with the Los Angeles Chargers, and he proved it, having the best year in his career. 905 yards on the ground, 9 touchdowns, 32 receptions for 153 yards. Now, I could only imagine what type of formation, what type of firepower this Houston Texans offense could have with two damn good running backs. And I can't remember the last time the Houston Texans had an effective 1-2 running back punch. I mean, maybe Arian Foster and Ben Tate. No, I mean, not maybe, for sure. It was Arian Foster and Ben Tate, but we only got that for one season. And I don't want to hear no one in the comments, tell me that Lamar Miller and Duke Johnson were a dynamic 1-2 punch. Absolutely not. Arian Foster and Ben Tate, they're carrying the offense by themselves. But I can't remember the last time the Houston Texans had two good running backs. You can have that with Joe Mixon coming off of a 1,000-yard season, double-digit touchdowns in his first year with the Houston Texans, and then you added a J.K. Dobbins who almost had a 1,000-yard season and double-digit touchdowns himself. Real quick, my name is Ruben Calvillo. This is the 713 Houston Sportcast, where I drop daily Houston Texans content, so please make sure you are following me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok for the latest Houston Texans news, rumors, and updates. Now, two things that, make sense as to why there is interest. Well, you see J.K. Dobbins, he's from the H. He's from Houston. The Texans love that. You look at where he went to school, the Ohio State University. Now, he didn't play with C.J. Stroud, but the Texans hold that university, in high standards. I look at the injury history. Now, here's where you'll see it and be like, okay, I could understand why, no team has picked up J.K. Dobbins yet. You see the injury history. I'm going to read it to you right now. In 2021, he had a torn ACL. In 2022, he was dealing with knee issues, which only allowed him to be in 8 games. In 2023, and I believe it was early in the season, ruptured his Achilles. A tough 3-year stretch for the young man, and his time with the Baltimore Ravens, it came to an end. I know my boy Cody Johnson wanted J.K. Dobbins last year, right, on a prove-it deal. Didn't happen, and, now he kind of gets I don't want to say decide where he gets to go, but J.K. Dobbins could say, hey, man, look at what I did last year off of 3 years of just straight injury after injury after injury. I was a leading rusher for a team. I played in 13 games. I was very effective. I don't think, but I know that J.K. Dobbins won't be the primary back here. In regards to Dameon Pierce, I don't even think he's your third running back. I think you move him to just being a full-time kick returner, and there's nothing wrong with that, Damian. You can make the Pro Bowl. You can make the All-Pro being a kick returner. You can have yourself a career in the NFL by being good and, off of special teams. I would like to see Woody Marks be that number 3 running back. Because like I mentioned, you want to get to places where you've never gone before. And this move, in my opinion, would shake up your offense. Because you're adding another threat. 905 yards, double-digit touchdowns, ladies and gentlemen. 4.6 yards a carry. Like I also said, 32 receptions, 153 yards. Not only a threat on the ground through the air. Joe Mixon, a threat on the ground through the air. Woody Marks, a threat on the ground and through the air. I don't think that's the calling card for Dameon Pierce. But like I said, there's no issue with you being a kick returner and making your bread there. This offense would get better. I think it would make this Houston Texans team a little bit more scarier. And, it will give me some type of ease knowing that, Lord forbid, knock on wood, Lord forbid anything happens with Joe Mixon. We have J.K. Dobbins. We have depth at the running back position. But ladies and gentlemen, this is all, this is all speculation. This is all rumors. You guys let me know your thoughts and comments. Would you like to see the Houston Texans bring in J.K. Dobbins? For more Houston Texans content, you guys know what to do. Feel free to follow me for more. Go Houston. Go Houston. You guys have a very blessed day.